Also ahead, she's the connection expert. Holland Haas is in the house to teach us all to get closer to the things that matter the most. She has great tips we can all use. I cannot wait. I've got a lot of questions. Keep it here. At some point, every one of us, we have felt disconnected from the very important things in life. Those little things creep in. Meet the connectivity expert, Holland Haas. She's on a mission to reconnect you to your goals, family, playtime, boundaries, and independence. Especially, you're saying that there's so much that is consistently changing in our society that is making us just stay away. How did you start to notice this? I mean, more and more thinking people are not talking, they're not discussing.
I noticed it twofold. First, I was facilitating some workshops and lectures, and what was happening is people were, they were connected, but they also were raising their hand and asking questions, and my brain kept hearing, I'm disconnected, and I didn't really know at that time what to do with it. And then I personally was walking through Central Park, and I was along what I thought was the bike/pedestrian path. And I was texting because, right, that's what we do. We have to multitask. Yes, I was. And I looked up and I was about 6 feet from a yellow cab. Which, yes, so I nearly was his new front ornament, except he saw me simultaneously and swerved. Thank goodness no one was in the other lane. But it did lead me to question, what was he doing that he didn't honk and see, right?
You're in New York, come on. I mean, you're a Colorado girl.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
yes.
But still.
So I realized I had crossed over to the dark side. And I needed to come back.
Well, you wrote your book right here,
yes.
And it is Consciously Connecting. Mm-hmm. So why should we read it? What do you mean by that?
Well, we are disconnected in so many ways in this 21st century. And as I mentioned in the book, I do believe that technology is the new 21st century addiction.
You know what else? What about families not sitting down together and just talking?
No one does that anymore.
No one.
Yeah, even when you're out at a restaurant, there are 4 people at a table and 4 devices going simultaneously.
And they have screens everywhere.
I have occasionally seen in New York where the waitress will come over and ask to take the order and everyone's on the phone and she'll say, I'll come back, and they say, oh no, go ahead. And they just stay connected to the phone while they listen to the specials or are telling her what they'd like.
Do you think that's the biggest tip, is you disconnect to connect? Put down your laptop, your phone.
Absolutely. Well, we have to remember that just like we're doing now, life happens by looking up and looking out.
Eye to eye.
It's not on our devices. It's human being to human being. And we're missing out on that. And that's why I felt it was time to share some of the secrets and some of the perspective that I had in Consciously Connecting.
You know, I was going through old letters from my great-grandmother, my grandma, and my mom. Yeah. And I looked at my mom and I said, this is something that your grandson is not going to have. It's all text. I mean, I have letters. That's connection still.
And they're not teaching cursive.
And that's a whole other thing. But don't you think even writing a letter or a card to somebody that they can keep, you remember that.
It's a keepsake, it's a memory, it gives us a really deep connection, a deep connection to our roots and who we are. We feel something in that letter. It's tangible, it's real, and it's very different than getting a text or an email.
Yes. Now, you're from Colorado, so a lot of people say nature. That's key. We're losing that.
Yes. Yes, what happens when we go out into nature? So I've got a couple of great tips.
Okay.
So first of all, consider having a Sunday sabbatical or a device-free day.
Yes.
And what I mean by that is going out to, finish your season of skiing, which has been amazing this year.
But take out your earpieces.
Well, leave the device at home is what I'm asking. Now hang on.
Music.
Are we hearing people scream when I say that, to leave your device at home, right? So if you can't make that commitment, then let's do something a little smaller. Let's do what I like to call going #off the grid. And what that means is you're going to make the commitment for the next 2, 3, 4 hours. When you go to that beautiful golf course, you'll keep the phone on airplane mode. We all know how to do that. Settings, turn it to airplane mode. Keep it in your golf bag. So you enjoy those 18 holes, you're connecting to the outdoors, you're connecting to your friends, and then you can check your emails and texts later. The same when you go riding through Red Rocks or you go out for a walk. You really want to commune with nature. Nature nourishes. We tend to breathe when we're at, breathe a little deeper. So the Mayo Clinic has said the deeper we breathe, it releases and reduces stress. Who doesn't need that in the 21st century?
But then I think of moms too that have to always be connected because the kid has a cell phone, the homework. I mean, moms need to disconnect.
They do need to disconnect. So disconnect as a family. So
Love it.
Here are some great tips. Instead of doing games where mom is off doing emails or social media and the kids are off doing games on the varying devices, how about this? 50% of the games on the devices, 50% together as a family. Checkers, chess, old school, Monopoly, right?
Operation,
Yes,
Sorry.
right.
I mean,
Twister,
that's the best.
Oh my God, do you think we'd be able to do that still?
I could do it.
Okay.
I'm scared. Well, thank you for all this, and please come back to Colorado.
I would love to. Thank you so much.
Take those ear things out. But all right, learn Holland's simple process to reconnect in a disconnected world. Pick up your copy of Consciously Connecting at bookstores and e-tailers, but not on your day that you're supposed to not be on your devices. Learn more online, Holland Haas, that's HISS.com.